Welcome back live on the campus of the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary in the building of the Student Life Center. My name is Jason Goodham, and sitting next to me in the Wade Mobley Memorial Broadcast Chair is Wade Mobley. I just went straight there. You weren't ready for that.
That was the
always
that
hands
was the
up.
Most. That was
always
the,
hands up.
That was the least entertaining introduction you've ever done.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I just went blank right before.
It's good to be here. For those of you who are new to this shtick, I'm Wade Mobley. I'm president of the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary. Jason Goodham, former board member. They kicked him off and made him a faculty member instead.
I was demoted.
And anyway, we do a little basketball on the side. This is our first broadcast of the year. Unfortunately, we'll try to rectify that next year. Actually, no, it's our second broadcast. Our first broadcast of the year, we succeeded in frying our ClearCom headsets.
Yes. I was electrocuted in the ear. Also, just want to shout out, since this will be our first broadcast since all the free publicity we got in November. So if our friends from Barstool Sports are still joining us following the men's team, welcome. We have not had a chance to interact with you live on the air yet.
We haven't. And I would just like to say, I'm not sure you're actually our friends, but you did introduce us to Jeff. What was Jeff's last name again? Eisenberg of Yahoo Sports.
No respect.
Who did a fantastic article on FLBC athletics. Really thankful for that. It's been a tough year for the FLBC men. They're 0-9 overall, 0-3 in conference. And tonight they're also undermanned. They're sick.
We've got 3 down with the flu, 2 down with mad cow disease, and 1 with avian bird something or other.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln.
Yeah.
So it's so rough tonight that we've actually asked the officials to help us. Yes. And but Trinity's an excellent team. They're probably going to be playing some bench depth tonight as well. And we'll be right back at it tomorrow, 12-2, women then men, against these same Trinity. What's their name? The Lions. The Trinity Lions.
Trinity Bible College Lions.
Trinity Bible College Lions, Ellendale, North Dakota. We do enjoy them. I enjoy their coaching staff. I enjoy their ministry philosophy. So it's always good to see the Knolls come down this direction.
From the FLBC perspective, this will be, as far as I know, the home debut for the season of both Judah Chernyavsky and Kent Anderson, our 2 most experienced players. Kent was down.
No! You're kidding me.
I've already broken my diet. We just got offered donuts from Faith, not Hannah Peterson. What on earth?
From Sandy's Donuts. Oh. Not a sponsor.
But they could be.
But they could be. See, we have. Why do we deserve this?
What is going on?
Oh, this is fantastic.
Oh,
this is
what
great.
are you doing, and why do you hate me?
You're doing keto right now.
I know.
Right?
I was doing keto up until 3 seconds ago.
This is so
I'll
good.
take one of those pink things and find a way to eat it. Oh, look at that. Faith Peterson.
If I had you in class, I would give you inappropriately good grades just for these donuts.
Yeah. You just passed next week.
Very much.
Good job.
And Liz McCarlson brings us napkins. That's right. Don't wreck the new microphone defrosting. Thank you, Faith. Good game. See you tomorrow.
All right. Sorry, everyone.
It's just
going downhill from here.
This is not downhill. This is fantastic.
Upgrade. Yeah.
If
you hear a call sometime in the first half, it's that's what's happening.
This is why I love doing color commentary.
Yeah. You don't have to talk. I have to carry us, right?
So good.
Yeah.
Even cold and not fresh.
That's all right.
Still
a donut's
Sandy's.
a donut, no matter how it happens.
Sandy's pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So we got about a minute left before game time. And as I said, Judah Chernyavsky, Kent Anderson going to make their debuts. We're going to get some starting lineups for you. It looks like it's going to be Weston Jensen, Logan Morrison, Judah Chernyavsky, Kent Anderson, and Hunter Oyen for FLBC. And that'll be countered by, for the Trinity Lions, Mason Bates, Jacob King, Nehemiah Becker, Owen Pollard, and Lachlan Mutzius. I'm going to go with Mutzius. I didn't do a pronunciation check, but it looks like Mutzius, doesn't it? Mr. and or Mrs. Mutzius, if you could clarify that for us online. We hope that you are just as reliable as the Ledgerwood family.
That's right. I spoke with Marissa's sister and brother-in-law who were here.
From Ennis, Montana.
They don't live there, but
No.
they hail from there.
Yeah, originally.
And I said hi for her mom.
Good. It's nice of you to deliver that message.
I thought so. Great. We will have starting lineups, and
in about 2
do we
seconds.
pray again? I think we pray.
We pray again. No
national anthem
in lineups.
I was asked a question on flag etiquette earlier, if those flags are in the appropriate position. And I said, I don't know. I'm liturgically challenged.
Welcome back to the Student Life Center here at the Free Lutheran Bible College campus in Plymouth, Minnesota for our second game of the night between the Trinity Bible College Lions and the FLBC Conquerors. Please join us in a word of prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, God, I just thank you for this evening to play basketball, and I just pray over this game tonight, Lord, I pray that there are no injuries, and that we can just pray for your name and your glory, and I pray all this in your holy name. Amen.
And now the starter lineups. First, for the visiting Trinity Bible Lions. Number 1, Mason Bates. Number 2, Jacob King. Number 21, Nehemiah Becker. Number 22, Owen Pollard. And number 30, Lachlan Mutsius. The Lions are coached by Jordan Knoll. And now, the starting lineups for your FLBC Conquerors! From Ishpeming, Michigan. Number 2, Weston Jensen. From Dillon, Montana. Number 3, Logan Morrison. From Corcoran, Minnesota. Number 15, Judah Chernyavsky. From Marysville, Washington. Number 22, Kent Anderson. And from Elgin, North Dakota, number 24, Hunter Owen.
I am
the
not
Conquerors
ashamed.
are coached by Logan Strand, assisted by Micah Moan.
I'm not ashamed to tell you, I love donuts.
Amazing.
When I get to heaven, God's going to say, you know, no, not for nothing. You want to know what percentage of your lifetime calories were consumed by donuts, pizza, and pie? And I'm going to say no. And he'd say, I'm going to tell you anyway.
you deserve to hear this.
It's so good.
All right, starting
really enjoy
lineups
that.
brought to you by the phonetically challenged Zach Simonson.
Ishpeming, Michigan.
Bish.
The town that I asked one time if Marquette was near Ishpeming. I did not know the pecking order of Upper Peninsula towns.
All right. Jensen, Morrison, Chernyavsky, Anderson, Oyen versus Bates, King, Becker, Pollard, Mutsius, Chernyavsky to jump against Owen Pollard.
And that's a very large, very complicated law firm.
Owen Pollard?
No, the whole thing. You gave 10 names.
Oh. Pollard wins the tip, gets it to Jacob King, and it'll be Mason Bates running point guard. Bates hand off to Becker. Becker back to Pollard. Pollard 3, top of the key. Good, right away.
So the basket is open at the
It
top.
is. We needed to ramp up the difficulty for the ladies. Jensen runs the point, hands off to Anderson. Anderson, who hurt his knee earlier in the year. See how he runs. Anderson guarded by King. Jensen, fall-away jumper, no good. Rebounded by Lachlan Mutsius. Gets it to King. Now Bates. Bates around Jensen. Floater in the lane, no good. Rebound comes down to Jensen. FLBC coming the other way.
Kent still doesn't look 100%, does he?
No, he's running gingerly. Broke
he
his
broke
kneecap.
a kneecap.
Broke his kneecap
He
in
did
ultimate.
He didn't lose a bet to the mob, but he actually broke a kneecap.
Oh, Chernyavsky drives, steps on the line. Turnover, FLBC. The men's team for Trinity wearing the royal blues and not the blacks that the ladies wore. I wonder if they're going to invert those tomorrow.
Could be.
Bates to King. Now Pollard. Pollard lobs into Mutsius. Mutsius guarded by Oyen. Mutsius creates some space. Turnaround mini hook. Good. 5-0 Trinity. Billy Thor Mutsius is perfect pronunciation of Locks. All right, thanks, Billy.
Thank you, Billy.
Billy Thor.
So did you go by Thor or Billy?
Or both. Anderson,
Kent-
baseline drive,
there we
floater
are.
up
That's
and
good, that's good.
Kent Anderson for 2.
15th year senior Marcellus Mezcarini is on the bench tonight, not playing.
Coincidentally, Marcellus played with Jordan Knoll when he was
That's
at
right.
Trinity.
I think is the all-time leading scorer. I think he is.
Yes, he was, as of last year.
The COVID season
That right-handed bunny hook's working for Mutsius
That
early,
was.
7-2.
was.
Jensen crosses up King. Floater in the lane, a little high off the
almost.
glass. Good move by Jensen. Loose ball on the floor. Jensen somehow comes up with it. No, he doesn't. Now we're going to get a jump ball. And you predicted something exactly like that in the ladies' game.
Seriously, in the women's game, there's already been a shot and a rebound.
There's been 2 more jump balls.
Oh, it's interesting. And I have a girl who plays in junior high, so you know what that's like.
It's all jump balls all the time. Ken Anderson inbounds to Oyen.
Whoops.
Oyen projects a pass, stolen easily by Bates. Chernowski on Bates. Oh, Bates rolls, finger layup, finger roll, rolls off the rim. FLBC with the rebound. Anderson calls the play. Anderson dribbles through traffic. Floater again from 6. God, Ken Anderson for 2.
Welcome back to the
7-4.
team.
Hey, we've missed Kent Anderson.
Perhaps brother Logan watching from someplace in Tennessee.
Is that where he's at now?
That's where he lives. At the housing business.
King, baseline drive, left-handed layup, up and good. 9-4 Trinity, 17-24 to go in the half. Jensen brings the ball up the court. Anderson, top of the key, working on King. Dribble gets it to Judah. Chernovsky in the lane on Pollard. Drives, fouled from behind by Becker, who brought the hammer down. You're going to get whistled for that every time.
The guys look a lot smoother.
They
I
do.
think Judah and Kent being on the team helping a lot.
Kent running the plays helps. Jensen's improved as a play caller and a ball handler, but I think there's just a confidence factor.
Yeah. That donut was delicious. Sandy,
I got a third left up for a timeout. You're carrying a whole timeout. I'm just letting you know.
All I want you to know is if you turn your back too long.
I mean, I've watched you eyeing it. I made sure I left as much wet parts as possible.
That's right. I did. I noticed that as well. Sandy, if you're listening, thank you for the donuts, and you too could be a sponsor of FLBC Athletics.
Judah misses both. Trinity ball coming the other way.
Judah's little brother Micah is on my son Ben's basketball team.
Andrew Maxwell checks into the game for Oyen. Andrew Maxwell hailing from somewhere in Illinois.
Gifford, I think.
Bates all the way to the hoop, lay in good, 11-4 Trinity. Is he from Gifford?
Yeah, ever been to Gifford?
I've been through Gifford.
Beautiful church. Gorgeous, old, beautiful church. Nice town, too.
Maxwell, top of the key, worked on by King. Gets it to Chernovsky on the right wing. Judah turns around. Good defense by Pollard. Judah drives into the lane, has his pocket picked by King. King all alone. Yeah, Kent's not going to sprint that out with his knee.
Oh.
Timeout called by Logan Strand. Going to stop the bleeding. This is your cue because I want a donut.
That's right. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Caleb Carlson, Three Rivers Real Estate Team. I didn't have my read ready. I still got Christmas at FLBCS on this sheet. I should probably rewrite these.
Tell them how that went.
It did. It was wonderful. Christmas at FLBCS was fantastic. Every year, it's great. You know, we have a choir concert coming up Sunday night, February 2nd, flbc.edu/events, where we will be debuting a suite of choir pieces that we helped commission on the Trinity.
Our choir this year is really good.
Okay, so music at FLBC, it's way better than you think it's going to be.
We punch way above our weight class as far as music is concerned.
We do. So you can join us for that. Caleb, I'll give you your proper read in a moment.
When he's ready.
Yes.
Jensen passes off to Anderson. Anderson left wing three, falls short. Rebound tipped to King, and now Bates.
1-4 high against man-to-man.
Becker, right side drive, layup, good. Need some help defense on that from FLBC. There's the lack of experience showing.
Yeah, that's a nice set, and it's not too hard to guard, but you got to know how to get all the way across and drop down.
Anderson to Chernovsky. Judah looks for a seam, nothing there. Tries it anyway. Pushes off Pollard. Fall away, fade away, no good. Rebounded by King.
It's subtle. It was subtle, but if you look very closely, you can see the arm extend.
Bates baseline drive. Feeds Becker, left side three, good. 18-4 Trinity. Kent Anderson, guarded by Becker, who just made the three. Now Pollard on Chernovsky. Judah looks. Tried to find Morrison. Morrison cut short. Ball thrown out of bounds. Trinity coming the other direction. Wash down some frosting.
Yes, Mateo Paca is into the game.
Oh, Mateo is in. Mateo Pacha from Cuenca, Ecuador. I went to seminary with his uncle Darwin.
Yeah. You did too?
Yes. Darwin
So
was
did I.
a year ahead of me.
He kind of spread it out, I think, for a while.
Three-pointer made
He was
by
in some classes
Jacob
for me
King.
too.
Darwin, my favorite story about Darwin Pacha is he wrote a paper on Genesis 1 and 2 in Pentateuch class.
Yeah.
Titled this paper, The Origin of Species by Darwin.
Oh my. 1859.
No, it was more like 2008.
Foul on Jacob King, his first, team second. FLBC ball inbound down 21-4. We're only 5 minutes into this game.
Trinity has opened up the opposite of the girls' game as they've made everything.
I guess.
Kent Anderson back to the basket, turns around baseline, hands off to Mateo. Mateo loses his dribble, loses his pivot foot, and walks.
That's how it works. So Trinity's playing some combinations in depth here tonight.
Yep.
And they're a very good, very deep team. Yeah, they're undefeated in the conference. They're 9-8 overall, and they play some bigger schools. I'm having a hard time picturing who's going to beat them in the NIAC tournament right here on our campus, February 21 through 23. Like how I did that?
Good job. That's a professional read right there.
Thank you.
Kent loses the ball in traffic. Bates to King. That's Christian Shepard on the conversion. He subbed into the game. Christian Shepard in the game for Trinity. Shepard subbed in for Pollard. Maxwell running the point. Jensen and Chernovsky currently on the bench for the short-handed FLBC Conquerors. A lot of guys down with illness right now.
Yes.
Kent to Mateo. Mateo loses the ball out of bounds.
One of the things that I do not miss about living in dorms is when
The plague.
the plague comes to the dorm.
I tell you, our students have had those COVID-adjusted immune systems where we isolated for a couple years.
Yes. And those were the days.
Jacob King, long on the three. Rebound comes down to Shepard. Shepard dumps it into Mutsius for two. Mutsius with, that's got to be 8, right? 6 in the game. Maxwell running point for FLBC. Takes the screen from Oyen. Kicks out to Logan Morrison. FLBC ball as it's tipped off a Lions player. Checking into the game is Jude Morrow. And at some point in time tonight, I'm going to call him Jude Law.
Jude Morrow.
Jude Morrow.
Excellent. Have we seen Quincy Wilson in the game? No, Quincy's not. He's not really dressed either, is he?
No.
Weston.
Weston for three, no good. Rebounded by Mason Bates. Shepard for three, left wing, nails it.
They're hitting everything.
So Trinity, the ladies shot 32%. Trinity right now is shooting 75% and 80% from the three.
Oh, my. It's, yeah, that's a lot of shots.
Weston, three over Shepard, short. Rebound by Shepard. Jude Morrow kicks it out to Bates. Into Mutsius. Back to Morrow. Three, left wing for Morrow. No good. Rebound comes down to Andrew Maxwell from Gifford, Illinois.
Thought that was going to
You were ready for it. You were standing up. Morrison to Mateo in the paint. Mateo has the ball stripped. Rolls it between Maxwell's legs. Out of bounds. Trinity ball. Checking into the game now is number 10, who isn't on my roster sheet. Bates sits down. So we're going to have to figure out what a number 10 is right here.
Oh, here we are. Remember last time. Here, maybe.
It's not there.
Not there.
So we got what's in game right here.
There it is.
Gunnar Gauthier.
Gauthier.
He played last year.
He played last year.
Gauthier was on the team last year. Gauthier for three, nails it. All right. Also in the game, 80s baseball legend Brady Anderson is checked into the game.
Yes, the sideburns.
Sideburns Brady in the game. Weston Jensen in the paint, no good. Ball tipped to Hunter Oyen. Oyen with the right-handed hook. Hunter Oyen for 2.
There it is. Okay, so we knew it was going to be a long night. Earlier, one of the Trinity players dropped a ball during warm-ups, and it went through the hoop.
Morrow for 3, short, rebounded by Gauthier. Or Gauthier, or Gauthier.
I'm going to go Gautier.
Gauthier, like the artist?
I'm not sure.
If Billy Thor Mutzius could help us out with Gauthier, that would be helpful. Official pronunciation representation of tonight's broadcast.
So, a break in the action, 34-6, 11:23 left in the first half. Sorry, I'm not used to this leading
Your
away.
microphone goes with you when you move normally.
Yes, it does. We got to get. Okay, I'm getting shocked again. It is from the.
I'm
it's
good.
From the plastic.
It's from the plastic. We need.
So we need to never
Max.
let go of our microphones.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is. It's like refueling your car.
Are you? Would you say with our microphones, we're never going to let them go, never going to give them up?
You're hold on loosely, but don't let go.
I think in 3 years of doing this, that's the first time I've rickrolled on this station. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
It was a good streak. It was a good run.
It was a good line. So okay, 30% shooting for FLBC. We're just not getting many shots off. 7 turnovers. Trinity's a very good basketball team.
And shooting 70% almost halfway through the first half.
Caleb, I promised you that read. Thank you for sponsoring FLBC Athletics. Caleb Carlson of Three Rivers Real Estate Team. For help selling or buying your new home, count on Caleb Carlson, FLBC basketball alumnus and real estate expert. Count on Caleb. Email at caleb@threeriversrealestateteam.com.
Caleb, closed circuit to you. Not saying that you need a career change, but count on Caleb really sounds like the start of a political career. Sounds like a yard sign.
I think it could be done.
Could be.
I would door knock for Caleb Carlson.
So, as would I, but I don't live in his town.
Pride and joy of Wheatland, Iowa.
And Grafton.
And Grafton, North Dakota. Whoops.
Mateo tries to dish to Judah, stolen by Nehemiah Becker. Becker out to Christian Shepard. Mutzius for 3, rebounded by Judah.
They missed.
They missed a shot.
Look at this. Look at this. Producer Luke Quambek.
Kent Anderson misses the floater fall away.
Who's still wondering what we have against Clearcom's very expensive live comm systems, is bringing to me a headset to use so I too can hear production notes.
Gauthier misses the shot, rebounded by Mateo Pacha. Jensen to Kent Anderson. Anderson into Hunter Oyen in the post, loses it. Christian Shepard recovers. So we've got Gauthier, Morrow, Shepard, Mutzius, and Becker in the game right now for Trinity. Jensen, Chernowski, Oyen, Pacha, and Anderson for FLBC. Second chance points for Mutzius. And FLBC will inbound from under the basket, down by 30, 9:55 to go in the game. Kent calls his play. Ignores the screen from Oyen. Floater from the baseline, no good. Rebounded by Mutzius, who gets it quickly to Shepard. Maxwell and Morrison waiting to check into the game for FLBC.
And Pastor
Pollard.
Jason Goodham, now
Hey,
I can
welcome
hear
back.
I can hear you talk now.
Welcome back. Morrow misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Mutzius, who kicks out to Shepard. Shepard looks for a seam, not there. Ball reversal from Becker to Gauthier. Free throw line shot from Gauthier, no good. Rebounded by Mutzius, who's got 246 of them already. Now Shepard. Morrow, Becker. Shepard for 3, no good. Rebound, Mutzius. It goes straight to him every time. He's not even really fighting for it.
And, just hands up, ready to catch the ball when it comes near you.
Yep.
Something, right?
Gauthier with the 3.
Thank you, producer Luke Quambek.
Jensen fouled on the floor in the midst of a drive. FLBC ball under the basket. Pollard checks in for Becker. Morrison and Maxwell check in for Pacha and Chernyavsky.
I saw Mr. Maxwell earlier today. I started to ask how he was feeling. He just doesn't look 100%.
No,
here he is
does.
playing in the game.
He's even with shades of white that are not normal for him.
That's right. The last time I saw something that white, it was you.
Fair enough. Ghost. Nickname in high school. Shepard, top of the key, marked by Morrison. Ball stolen by Kent Anderson. Kicks out to Morrison, who has his three blocked by Pollard, over to Shepard.
It's all right, Logan Morrison.
Logan Morrison, son of Pastor Lance Morrison in Dillon, Montana.
Another beautiful play.
Morrow with the scoop on the baseline.
The bench liked that one a lot. So you suppose, what's the name of the town again? Dillon.
Dillon, Montana.
I wonder where that is from Ennis.
Dillon is, I think, almost straight south of Kalispell, right?
Yeah, I think so. So it's
So
probably
that would
quite
be,
a ways away.
It would be west of Ennis by a good amount.
While we were doing our Montana geography lesson brought to you by the Montana Tourism Department,
Not a sponsor, but they could be.
Hunter Oyen,
Elgin, North Dakota.
2 points. Do you know Hunter's dad, Charles?
I don't.
Good dude. Looks a little bit like Hunter.
Have you ever been to Elgin, North Dakota?
I have.
I have not. It's one of the few places in North Dakota I've never been to.
Okay, so underappreciated portion of North Dakota, which for me is all of it. That's just a joke.
Oh, Kent misses the three.
The Knife River Valley. So you're driving along 94, flat as can be, but if you get off the road, say right about, what are the name of those towns? Where the monastery's there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Out by White Butte.
Yeah. And drive about 3 miles north, and there's a huge, beautiful river valley. It's awesome.
Judah misses the layup, kind of bumped and harassed.
Judah has an active chicky wing game.
He does. And he kind of sharpens those elbows in a pencil sharpener.
Reminds me of watching Courtney Osier play when she was Courtney Jacoby. Or in conversations with her husband, Adam.
Yes. Weston Jensen with the ball. 6:27 to go in the first half. FLBC down 43-8. Maxwell into the paint. Right-handed floater up. No good. Rebound by Mutsius. Mutsius has been a force to be reckoned with in this game. Shepard back to Mutsius. Morrow reverses to Shepard, down to Pollard. Right-handed mini hook. Oh, that was pretty. That was a quick step. Nice little bunny hook. Weston to Andrew Maxwell. Now to Logan Morrison. Morrison's lost his dribble, and I think he knew it. Kent Anderson for three. Kent Anderson for three. Kent's got, is that 9 or that's 7 for Kent?
7. Jordan Knoll calls the timeout to get some guys in. There hadn't been a dead ball for a while, and you can't sub over the wall on live balls in basketball.
Good image.
Thank you, Cisco, the official food service provider for the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary, for sponsoring FLBC athletics this year. Also, so Rock Elm serving delicious food out of both their locations. If you were not on keto right now and you were at Rock Elm,
I haven't been on all keto all day.
what would you order?
At Rock Elm?
Yes.
Their burgers are delicious.
There are. Are you a VAT 17 guy or a Rock Elm burger guy?
Rock Elm.
I enjoyed that one as well. Mark Johnson and AO1 Construction, thank you very much for sponsoring FLBC. Whoops, I did it. FLBC
There
Athletics.
Bravo.
Yes. And True Stone Wealth Management, Jason Goodham's financial advisor, but it wouldn't be mine because he's my cousin. So
Fair enough.
thank you, Mark and Tim and Kyle, for all you do for the AFLC's 401k.
Becker, Pollard, touch pass out to Morrow, right wing, 3, short, rebound, Lance. Logan Morrison, excuse me. Kent Anderson with the ball. Finds a lane.
Oh, that's
layup.
pretty.
Oh, good finish. Kent for 2.
Wrong foot,
That's
finger roll
9 for
finish.
Kent.
See this read right here that I'm going to do shortly?
Yes.
Who brought us the donuts?
Yes. Shepard. Pollard. Quick jump. Pollard's a good player. Shepard back to Pollard. Turn around. Mini hook. Yes. What's Pollard in at? He's got to be, 6'8", and he's a smooth player. You give that kid 20 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a real
He's
problem.
not as skinny as you were at that age.
Not quite, but he's
Kent's
not.
got that sweet little floater game.
That's probably a lot of driveway basketball with his brother.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Morrow, 3, right side, a little bit short. Ball bounces out of bounds, FLBC ball. I'm also giving Kent the award for shoes of the game. Those purple sneakers he's got are sweet.
Yes.
We're gonna call him for the rest of the night the Purple Rain.
There it is.
Give and go, Judah, Kent. Oh, almost got an end one.
Hey, that was some offense.
That was.
That's good. We got, what's his name? Sorry. Our friend. Mutius.
Mutsius.
Lachlan Mutius is out of the game. Gives us a little more room
Breathing,
to
yeah.
look inside.
Lachlan Mutsius is a solid young man.
That's a solid name.
It is.
That's a great name.
Early candidate for all-name team of the NIAC tournament.
Yeah, I think so too. And because of that COVID year and red shirts, we've gotten to know the NIAC rosters pretty well.
Pretty well.
Did you notice that Marcellus Bencarini got a haircut? A significant haircut.
I did. He didn't you tell me he grew up as a military kid?
Yeah.
Very consistent now with that upbringing.
Now it looks like he was a military kid. Before it looked like he was rebelling against being a military kid. There was a lot of hair going on. His hesitation game, I really enjoyed watching that.
Hesitation game, quick to the basket, aggressive to the basket. What I like most about Marcellus' game is he's a vertical player.
Number 4 on Trinity's roster is Brady Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Morrow.
Oh.
Jude Morrow did not return second semester.
Thank you, Luke Jacob.
Thank
we
you, Luke
appreciate
Jacob.
that.
Honorary production assistant.
All right.
And we're assuming that's true. Could you imagine the things people could write in the chat?
No. Just make stuff up. I mean, you could tell me anything right now. I mean, 80s baseball legend Brady Anderson could be 80s baseball legend Rance Mullenix for all we know, and you could just kind of just be making stuff up. Mason Bates checks in for Brady Anderson. Brady, with all of my 1988 Topps common cards, I apologize.
Yes. Did you know that Camden Yards is 40 years old?
It's ridiculous. Camden Yards is the start of the baseball renaissance in stadiums.
So it's almost time to tear it down.
Don't speak like that.
Oh, my.
Jacob King, back to Mason Bates, into Christian Shepard on the high post. Bates and King finds Powell flashing to the basket.
See that foot?
Oh,
See that foot?
I did.
That's skill.
Yep.
Okay, so you're fighting for the ball, and you slip that foot back someplace it doesn't belong to establish an either-or pivot. That's really nice footwork.
He technically sound in the post. I like watching him. Kent Anderson, left baseline, tries to find Jensen, who cut the other way.
A
Trinity
zig
ball.
when there was a zag.
There was. And sometimes that's good. In basketball, not so much.
Yes.
Powell's-
51-14.
Powell's going to sit down, Mutsius back in, so a vertical post for a horizontal, or a horizontal post for a vertical post now. Becker down to Mutsius. Mutsius under Chernovsky, good for 2. 53-14, Trinity leads. 2:23 left to go in the first half. I almost said the game.
Like that high-low.
Jensen hands off to Kent Anderson. Now Chernovsky. Judah looking for a seam, not much there. Gets under the basket, finger roll, reverse, no good. Denied by Becker, gets his own rebound, no good.
Hang in there, Judah.
It'll fall. Mutsius with the rebound gets it to Jacob King. King to Mason Bates. Back to Jacob King. Oh, had a 3, decided not to. Bates, King, 2-man game. Now Shepard gets in on the act. Shepard, high post to Becker. Turn around, 10-foot jumper falls. Nehemiah Becker for 2. 7 for him now. Weston Jensen finds Kent Anderson. Chernovsky again through Becker. There it is. Judah Chernovsky for 2.
3 points for Judah. 9 for Kent Anderson. On the Trinity side, 11 for Pollard, 10 for Shepard, 10 for Lachlan Mutzius.
Mutzius, no look pass to Becker in the paint. No good. Rebounded by Kent Anderson, who defended that play well. 55-16, 1 minute to go in the first half. Jensen, defender overplayed, left-handed layup up, no good. Rebounded by Mutzius. Mutzius with 12 boards now.
That's a lot of boards.
That's a lot of boards.
He hasn't even played the whole half.
He has not. King for 3 from the right wing. No good. Little short. Rolls over the rim. Rebounded by Judah. Weston Jensen guarded well by Jacob King. Jensen to the basket. Left-handed floater. No good. Rebounded by King. It's like King must have been dealing with some left knee tendonitis and probably calf cramping, judging by the equipment he has on his left leg.
I suppose. There we are. Thank you very much.
Mutzius in the high post, around through Hunter Oyen for 2. And that was right at the buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. 57-16 is your score after the first half. FLBC trailing. Probably, though, the best half of basketball they played all season.
Yeah, and we're not joking about that at all.
No, and that's not sarcastic. There was some real growth there.
I think so, too. Really proud of the guys, how they've handled this season and the fact that they're playing it out. And Coach Logan Strand making the best of the situation as well, particularly early in the season when we had some unwanted publicity that turned out pretty good.
Turned out pretty good for us. Our boys handled it well. Would you like me to go find someone to volunteer as tribute for you?
If you'd like.
All right.
I think that would be fine.
Okay.
And while you do that, I will give a little bit of a read to Joy Enterprises. So that would be Brent Peterson, the father of FLBC women's basketball player Faith Peterson, who brought Sandy's Donuts down and shared some of said donuts with Jason and me. And their business is a nutrition company called Joy Enterprises, where they do things that are so healthy and nutritious for you that you can occasionally splurge and get a donut. Joy Enterprises invites you to start living well with whole food nutrition. You can talk to Joy Enterprises at protonmail.com or browse Brent's full selection of AIM product at myamestore.com/Joy Enterprises. Tonight's broadcast sponsor, though, is Caleb Carlson of Three Rivers Real Estate. Thank you so much, Caleb. FLBC basketball alumnus and real estate expert Caleb Carlson. Count on Caleb. Caleb at threeriversrealestateteam.com. The first half is over. Trinity Bible College led in scoring by Lachlan Mutzius with 12 points. Owen Pollard with 11 points. Christian Shepard with 10, and a very good rebound night. Lachlan Mutzius has a 12-point, 12-rebound first half in 18 minutes of game time. Congratulations. That's a really good half of basketball. FLBC led by the recently returned from the injured list Kent Anderson with 9 points, 4 for Hunter Oyen, and 3 for Judah Chernyavsky. A 3-rebound night as well for Kent Anderson. If you would like to have access to a variety of biblical training resources, you can find a lot of them at flbc.edu/media, including archived broadcasts of our recent seminary symposium. We had a great time examining justification with a couple guest speakers and some of our own teachers as well. You can find video access at flbc.edu. Thank you, production assistant Lexi Berg. Halftime stats FLBC shooting 28% from the field, and Trinity 57%, but they started the game on a ridiculous clip. They were not missing anything at first, calmed down a little bit as the first half went on. Join FLBC's music department for a debut concert for a suite of songs, choral arrangements commissioned by FLBC and a couple other institutions on our campus in the Hauga Memorial Chapel. February 2nd, 7 p.m. concert. We'd love to have you. Music is a big deal at FLBC. We have 2 choirs, a number of gospel teams, singing teams, and otherwise. A good majority, about 80% of our students are somehow involved with music, and we love sharing all of that on our campus as well. You can find information about upcoming choir tours at flbc.edu. The Northern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, that's our conference tournament, will be held on this campus in the Student Life Center, February 21 through 23rd. So that's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we don't ever play games on Sunday. But with some of the other schools that are a part of it, it works best for them for class skipping purposes. It's single elimination, and our women will probably be middle of the pack. Our men are not going to make the field this year. We take the top 8 out of the 11 teams, but they will be helping to host the tournament. You can watch some really competitive basketball February 21, 22, and 23 right here on campus. Also planning to host the ACCA National Tournament in March. More on that as time goes on. And there's some halftime entertainment happening on the floor, and I'll just let you be carried away by the activity.
As you can tell, the boys are in their socks, so if they're slipping around, that's okay. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, get on your marks. Get set. Go! Oh, Caleb's taking the lead. Oh, they're slipping and sliding. Come on, cheer for the chicken, cheer for the chicken, let's go! And Caleb takes a win! Woo! Thank you for watching.
They were racing a chicken, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't right. What they come up with, I'll never know. 10 minutes left in halftime. We'll be back for the second half. Thank you so much. Did you want to talk about that? I was going to just throw it to silence. Well, thank you very much. Would you like an autograph? I've never in my life signed an autograph.
Your day has been made.
I can do this. Absolutely. Thank you, young man. There it is. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Thank you very much. Yeah.
How much were these guys paid to do
I'm not sure. This is fantastic.
Oh, I'm getting one, too. It would have been even better if you just asked him for it.
This is great. This is what it's at. This is, are you guys from Trinity?
There you go.
Are you a Jensen? No, okay. I'm not sure. Do you know whose kids these are?
I don't.
Are these unattended feral children?
They are.
Okay, great. But you're asking us for our autograph, and it makes me happy. So thank you very much. Okay, let's take a look here.
You're welcome.
Lachlan Mutsius is on fire today. Let's go Lions. Brady Buckets Anderson. That's a great name. I went crazy when I pulled up the live stream and saw the legend himself on the court. How could one? Sam Levy says family. We don't get a lot of texting from our fan base.
No.
They generally text us.
Or ignore us.
Or yes. Did you see? What if you would have been here to break down the chicken race? What would have crossed your mind?
Tears, sorrow.
Okay. So at any time did you wonder who was in the chicken costume?
I tried to make it out, but there's only like a small hole for a face.
Okay. What precious eternal human soul do you know who would not miss the opportunity to place him or herself in a chicken costume?
Bryce Timmerman.
Oh, Good answer, but not the right answer. That would be Shelby Grevin.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so here's how Shelby Grevin rolls, and this is for the uninitiated. This would be the younger daughter of FLBC women's coach Wendy Grevin.
And maybe all-time leading rebounder in
Oh my!
FLBC history.
Yes. Okay. So she and her sister grew up military brats. You know, John Grevin was an Air Force captain, so they had a good time here. They still help out with the program. Okay, but Maddie's a lot of something. She's, you can hear her cheering through our mics.
Maddie projects.
But Shelby brings that kind of energy to my daughter's violin lessons. Okay, so Shelby's in this chicken costume. So I was on a trip this fall near Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, visiting a friend of FLBCS.
Sure.
And a number of people interested in a church plant. And I'm at a potluck, and Shelby Grevin walks in. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or north of.
It immediately commands the entire
Okay,
room.
but here's what's funny about this. At no point did I think, Shelby Grevin, what are you doing here? It's kind of like, oh, of course, this is on brand.
You would have expected it.
She gave my cousin in northern Minnesota mugs with her picture on it. Something else.
Yep. She's
Okay.
an all-timer.
The second thing I thought when I saw the Race the Chicken was, who are these young men in their socks on my floor?
Future FLBC basketball
Okay,
players.
I didn't quite make that one out. So those are all high school kids.
There
Are
was
they
a
on our
Munseth
board?
and a Jones.
Are they on the board? The FERPA violation that we call the board?
I don't know.
So part of our subculture, when you send in your application, you send in a senior picture. We stick it on a.
Yeah,
Board.
I haven't looked at the picture board this year yet.
Okay, the picture board is a FERPA violation. That's, you can't just put pictures up of your students for people to take pictures of. But our students like it.
What if they consent to it?
They demand the attention.
Yeah.
5:17 left. Oh, by the way, if you were to break down the foot speed of the incoming class next year, what would you say?
Could be better.
The chicken beat two of them.
And almost tackled the third.
Yeah, but that was good.
So one Daniel Hawker might be saying that Gauthier is pronounced Gochi.
Gochi. And again, we have
no way of verifying.
no way of
this.
verifying this. She could, they could be saying, it's a postmodern spelling. It's actually pronounced, like Johnson.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go with it. It's not quite of having a Mutzius confirm that Mutzius is the pronunciation.
But if your name was Daniel
Gochi.
Hawker and you were a Trinity Lions basketball fan, would you lie about something as important as the pronunciation of Gunnar Gotti?
Now that I remember that Gunnar was on the team last year, I think I do remember going through this same existential crisis of being willing to call him Gochi.
Yeah. Okay, so that said, we should have some fun in the conference tournament.
The NIAC, which you will not be here for.
Well, I won't. I'll be at a conference. So I'll come back on Saturday. Oh no, I don't. I'm not going to make any of it.
Thank you.
Because the kids are in. I'm about to do TMI. I'm going to stop.
So does that mean I got to get Hovestall to do color with me?
Yeah, he's the worst though, because he's actually pretty good at it. But he sits there whining about, how he's no good at this, and he doesn't like to hear his voice. He doesn't like to be the center of attention. Commissioner of the NIAC.
And then he'll just casually drop a professional basketball player he's working with on the side.
Yeah, and a Packers reference. He's terrible. He is the roadside pub that in Wisconsin that serves barbecue chicken on Thursday, fish on Friday, and ribs on Saturday. No, prime rib. So it's barbecue chicken on Thursday, fish fry on Friday, and prime rib on Saturday at every roadside pub in Wisconsin.
And try the cheese curds.
Joined in the Wade Mobley Memorial broadcast booth by my wife, Michelle, who just had a birthday. Are you coming to tell me something? Yes.
All right, I'll
I need
carry
to
the
check.
broadcast
I need to
from
check
here,
off.
as usual. All right, looking at the stat breakdown, which I'm sure you've had 14 times already, Lachlan Mutsius leading all scorers with 12. He's got a double-double in the first half. He 12'd and 12'd us. Owen Pollard with 11 and 2, and Christian Shepard with 10 and 5. 7 points apiece for Jacob King, Nehemiah Becker, and 6 for Gunnar Gochi. For FLBC, only 3 scorers. Kent Anderson with 9, Hunter Oyen with 4, and Judah Chernovsky with 3. Being reliably informed by Billy Thor Mutsius that Lachlan's nickname is the Fridge, which brings up 1985 Chicago Bears references. And so Lachlan Mutsius may or may not be William Perry, but we'll call him the Fridge anyway. Still got a Gochi, Gunnar Gochi. And we've seen a good deal of the youth at Trinity. Mason Bates is a freshman getting minutes tonight. Christian Shepard is a freshman getting minutes tonight. Owen Pollard is a freshman getting minutes tonight. And Lachlan Mutsius is a sophomore. So Jordan Knoll stretching out their bench a little bit tonight. FLBC with dressing 7. Again, some casualties due to the influenza plague that is racking our student body. So many students out this week sick. So many students out this week sick. But we got about a minute left to go before game time in the second half. Again, reminder, we're going to do this all again tomorrow afternoon. Ladies game at noon. FLBC prevailed over Trinity by 7 earlier tonight. Men's game at 2. And we look forward to these double headers on weekends. We got one more coming up in a couple of weeks before conference tournament time. And then again, the NIAC conference tournament in mid-February. Looking forward to hosting that for another year at FLBC. The refs have emerged from the ref room. The teams have emerged from the locker rooms. They're huddling, they're setting their strategy, and we are just moments away from basketball. Once again, Jason Goodham, Wade Mobley at the Student Life Center at the Free Lutheran Bible College and Seminary, Plymouth, Minnesota, flbc.edu and flbcathletics.com. Thank you for those who are watching and enjoying online, both on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel, Free Lutheran Bible College. You can subscribe, and share.
I'm back.
Welcome.
She was asking if I wanted a ride.
Home?
400 steps, and it's not that
200
cold.
blocks.
But this is past my bedtime now, officially.
It's also past my bedtime. Pollard to King, into the post to Mutsius. Over Oyen, right-handed bunny hook. Good with the English and the touch. Lachlan Mutsius, a Highlander from Scotland.
Seriously?
Lachlan's a Scottish
It's
name.
got to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anderson with the floater, answers for 2.
Help us
Kent
out.
with 11.
Billy Thor Mutsius, tell us where this comes from, because Lachlan's super Scottish.
Do you think he's
Mutsius-
a Campbell? Do you think he's a Jacobite?
I think Mutsius sounds Italian or something, but like the Scots Italian, that's not really a thing. So you're going to have to help us out.
King for 3.
His nickname is the Fridge, though, I heard.
Yeah, what do you think they call fridges in Scotland?
I wouldn't know. Icebox?
Ice. Yeah. I got to work on my Scottish
I'm
accent.
a bit of an Anglophile, but that doesn't mean you're Scottish.
No.
In fact,
Probably you mean the sworn enemy of the Scottish.
could be.
You know who the
Western.
worst sworn enemy of the Scottish is?
I do not.
Other Scottish people.
That's I suppose.
Becker in the lane. Over Chernovsky, gets his own rebound. Pollard to King, reverses to Bates. Rolls in a 3 from Jacob King. Mason Bates. Does that get him on the board? I think he had a layup, so now it's 8 for him now.
Many years ago, I was on an airplane flying to.
Anderson answers with the 3.
That was nice.
Oh, Kent's got 14 all of a sudden.
Good boy. Look at that. Flying to Prague, going to visit Michael and Sharka Klus. And I'm sitting next to a British businessman, and we're chit-chatting, as one does.
As you do.
And, well, he was. He was, tea conversation. You know how they are.
Polite.
And
Mutsius. Whoa, nice post move.
I was asking him about some international Australian, by the way. He's Australian. So Mutsius, Australian. So I was asking him about language and the language in which he conducted business, and he was fluent in a number of languages. And I said, well, I only speak English. And he gave me this condescending British look.
As he should have.
And never said a word. But I read, it's like, no, you don't speak English, you speak American.
Mutsius, misses the bunny, rebounded by Chernovsky. So you think there's a connection? Paul Anderson, the president of Trinity, Australian?
South African.
South Africa. I thought he was Australian.
Yes.
Just ignore everything I'm saying.
You, sir, are racist.
Apparently. Anti-Australian bias on this broadcast.
Paul has brought quite a bit of exposure to Trinity for their graduate program, which is mostly online.
Nationally known.
He's good. He's a good dude, too.
Bates, high post to Mutsius, turns around and shoots. Good touch for Lachlan Mutsius, who has 18. To that, I say, crikey.
Yes. You call that? You call that a jump shot? I'll show you a jump shot. Get up, Connor.
Kent Anderson misses the layup. Rebound by Bates, shortest player on the court.
I also do not speak French, but I was once in a cafe in Strasbourg. And
This is not a joke.
And the waiter said...
Mutsius with the rebound. Walked before he got it up.
Something to the effect of a stupido Americano. I'm thinking, I think I know what that means.
You put 2 and 2 together. Or in French, that would be de and de together.
But Dr. Paul has lived in Australia.
See, I'm not entirely ridiculous.
But, he's a man of the world.
I feel like I'm heckling the fans at this point in time.
Oh,
Anderson misses the 3.
They're trolling us.
It's mutual respect.
We acknowledge their existence, and now they're here. So,
yes.
Our honeymoon, not you and me, my wife and me.
Thank you for clarifying. I was alarmed
in,
for a second.
like Banff, Lake Louise, north of there, actually, Jasper.
Ooh.
We loved it.
Blocked by Pollard. Gets his own rebound. Blocked by Pollard. Had a hand on the back. Sorry, Owen. Had a hand on the back.
We're going to shoot some free throws. Okay, so we visited a glacier. And we were told that glacier would be gone by now, by the way, but that's another story.
Don't go there.
And they were selling, millions of years old glacier water in the gift shop.
With an expiration date?
With an expiration date. You see where this is going, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they take you out onto the glacier in these modified buses with tracks on them, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then you have to get back on the bus and come on back. So
Maxwell makes both.
As it turns out, foreshadowing, it matters which bus you take. But we were the first ones back to the bus because, if you've seen 1 million-year-old glacier, you've seen them all. And every person who got onto the bus after we did, and we sat near the front of the bus,
for 2.
was Japanese.
Oh.
And as the bus continued to fill with Japanese tourists, Michelle and I started to realize we were on a bus for Japanese tourists.
Anderson with the floater for 2.
So what do? Well, we got to get back to our car, right?
You say konnichiwa.
Yeah, I did not do domo arigato, Mr. No, it's a stick song. So I got wagyu. No, but so the tour guide gets on the microphone and says something in Japanese, and everybody on the bus laughs. And I knew not what they were saying.
Stupid,
but I knew at whom they were laughing.
Weston Jensen for 2.
You've never heard that story, have you?
I have not. That's great.
Good. And yet she's still with me, ladies and gentlemen, 25 years later.
I'm heading up in April to near Banff.
It's at
Cranbrook.
Oh, yeah. And that's the AFLC Canada.
And I'm teaching an apologetics conference up there.
You are? Okay. Are you going to start with how much you hate apologetics?
No.
And it's really just doctrine of the word?
No, I'm not. I'm an apologetics guy. I'm going to start by hopefully either getting a passport or an enhanced ID. It's been very difficult.
Yes, it would. You know my story about going up to CLBI?
Yes.
And having to leave Ben at the airport counter?
No.
Well, we need to talk about basketball for just a little bit.
A little bit. Mutsius makes a free throw. He's up to 23 now. 74-29, Trinity leading, 14:36 to go in the second half. You're listening to the Wade and Jason Variety Hour at FLBC.
Also known as Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy.
Heckle and Jekyll.
Heckle and Jekyll.
Statler and Waldorf.
Abbott and Costello.
Starsky and Hutch.
Well, not that cool.
Okay, sorry, no. That was cool still.
Gus
74-29.
and Sean, thank you.
Which you refuse to watch.
I've never seen an episode of
You're
Psych.
contrarian.
I am. Bates with the ball.
Okay, so now we're playing some zone here. 2-1-2 zone. I guess a 2-1-2 offense.
Mutsius. 2 more, 25.
He's backing guys down.
Do you think they call it a fridge in Australia?
I'd like to know.
The ice box?
Are you familiar with Jamie Oliver, British celebrity
my
chef?
wife loves Jamie Oliver cooking shows.
I had never seen Jamie Oliver, and now I just think I can't stop saying, "Put the pan on full whack." It's just great fun.
I am, as far as British chefs go, I'm more of a Mary Berry kind of guy. Jacob King from way downtown for 3. 79-29. Got a timeout called to get some subs in. Not Jude Morrow, but Brady Anderson among those checked in. 80s baseball legend. Went 50-50, but not in the same year.
That's true. I didn't know that. That's an immaculate grid kind of a thing.
It's my specialty.
Yeah, it is. That's the nerdiest thing ever, and you who do nerdy things. Thank you, Caleb Carlson of Three Rivers Real Estate Team, for sponsoring FLBC Athletics this year. Good to have you along. Thanks for your encouragement. If you need help buying and selling a home, and you do, FSBO is a mistake. Caleb at threeriversrealestateteam.com. So the Canadian Lutheran Bible Institute in Camrose, Alberta, ever been?
No.
A wonderful place. So they're part of the original LBI Pantheon, that's heresy probably, but a group of Bible institutes. They're in the little town of Camrose near Edmonton. If you go to Camrose, Alberta, close your eyes, spin around in a circle, open your eyes, you swear you're in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. And then you knock on a door to talk to one of the locals, and it still feels like you're in Thief River Falls, Minnesota.
Except everyone says a boot.
And then you walk down the street about 4 blocks to the Lefse House, where every Friday they make cinnamon buns the size of your head and fresh baked lefse. And you still think you're in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, but you are not, sir, in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. They have a Bible Institute there. I've taught there several times. I like them. Decided to take my boy several years ago. He was probably 6 or 7 years old. Little father-son trip. I'll use a companion certificate for the year. Take my kid along to LBI. We're all packed. We're going to go. I get to the counter to check in. I hand her my passport. And she looks at me and says, "Where's his passport?" And I said, "He doesn't need one. He's under 12. And I have this sinking feeling in my stomach if she says, "Yes, indeed, you do need one." As it turns out, we Googled, do you need a passport for a minor to go to Canada? And the answer is no. Google did not lie.
Mutsius under the basket's got 27.
But you do need a passport for a minor to get back.
Oh.
So just briefly, I considered flying him to Camrose and finding the consulate, which would have been a mistake. I had instead called my wife, who had to come back and pick him up, and poor Ben standing there on the sidewalk with his little, I don't know, it's like Paw Patrol suitcase and his teddy bear and his Twins hat.
Was he dejected?
The most pathetic thing ever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I bring home a moose with a Canada hockey sweater because I figured I owed the kid something. He named the moose Canada Sadness Mobley. You didn't know that story.
I have never heard that one either.
And I was traveling with Michael Olson. Remember Michael Olson?
Yep.
And he's from near Camrose. And so we're going up just to say hi and visit a couple colleges up there and build some relationships. He saw this whole thing unfolding in Panavision.
Jensen loses the ball, stolen by Becker.
Maybe Canavision, but it wasn't great.
Not a good look.
Enough stories now.
Shepard to Becker, right wing 3, no good. This is Gochi, now to Becker. Over to Brady Anderson. Anderson with the drive. Floater from 10, no good. Rebound comes down to Anderson, who tips it off to Gochi. Gochi in the paint, jump stop, up, no good. Rebound comes down to Logan Morrison, FLBC coming the other way.
Good rebound, Logan. So when you're watching a team that's fairly experienced against a team that's not fairly experienced, you see all kinds of little things like body angle and initial defensive position and ways that you can move 2 steps instead of 4 steps.
And going to the ball instead of letting the ball come to you.
Yeah, no, you're working with little kids on this too. Just it's like if the ball's on one side and the guy you're guarding runs off the other side, you don't have to follow him. You can stop at the midline, but somebody had to show you that, and it's second nature once you play for a while. Mutsius has
29.
established the elbow jump shot.
He's at 29 and 17 for those of you who wanted to know instead of hear our stories. Anderson, bounce pass to Oyen, kicked out of bounds by the Lions.
Ernie and Bert, Liz says we're Ernie and Bert.
I don't want to know which one's which.
There's a conspiracy theory there that we don't want to get into.
I can do Ernie's voice. I won't, but I can.
I can do Kermit the Frog's voice.
Ernie's is not that far from Kermit's.
No, I think they're probably the same guy. Probably Frank Oz or somebody. Get in, Kent.
Anderson just a little bit off right, misses the shot. Trinity ball. Mutsius could hit 30 on this possession.
Speaking of a little bit outside, Bob Euchre passed.
I saw that, yep.
Yeah, you
broadcasting hero of mine.
Yeah.
It's we've lost some good baseball voices in the last few years.
Yes. Vin Scully, of course, the crown prince of all baseball voices.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah. Ben was bummed about that. He watches The Sandlot about every 3 months.
Sandlot's the best sports movie ever made.
Good stuff.
Mutsius for 31. No, off right with the bunny hook.
That was a pretty move, though.
It was. Here's Judah, 1-on-3, likes his chances in the paint. Ball fake, left-handed layup, up, no good. Gets his own rebound, stripped by Gochi. That'll be a foul because, oh, no, they're just going to call it. I thought that was forearm on forearm.
They're going to leave it.
We got running clock now.
I'm pretty sure there was a travel there, but.
Judah out for the first half of the season with a broken wrist. Anderson in traffic finds Oyen, who kicks out to Chernovsky, top of the key. Judah off short.
Good rebound, Hunter.
Oyen down to Kent Anderson, right baseline, back to Oyen.
We're moving the ball a little better.
Oyen to Maxwell. Maxwell for 3. Andrew Maxwell from downtown.
Maxwell was happy.
Best part of waking up.
Maxwell, I can't make it work. I'm trying. This is Maxwell's house, and it's waking up. There it is.
I'll allow it.
But it's late.
It was.
It's late. There's the kinds of things you have to think about.
Everyone needs a spring training.
We do. It's almost February.
Almost spring training.
Spring training. How many days till pitchers and catchers report?
February 12th.
Are you optimistic for the Minnesota Twins?
No.
No.
Mateo Pacha checks in the game for Hunter Oyen. I tell you what, Mateo's got some flow this year in the hair.
Yes.
Oh, Mutsius. Oh, Mateo almost ill-advisedly saved that. All right, let's reset this for people who have put up with us long enough. On the floor right now are Shepard, Anderson, Mutsius, Becker, and Gochi, Maxwell, Chernovsky, Pacha, Kent Anderson, and Weston Jensen for FLBC. Shepard, Christian Shepard, bringing the ball up the court. Ball kicked out of bounds by Weston Jensen. Right baseline entry pass for Nehemiah Becker now. Under the hoop. You know, the one thing Mutsius hasn't done in this game, he hasn't thrown it down. I don't think he needs to.
No. Do you think he is a down thrower?
I can't imagine that he can't dunk.
He's 6'6".
He's 6'6". And I bet he gets some vertical off of jumping off of 2 feet.
Yeah.
Anderson, finger roll,
Oh.
no good. Rebounded by Chernovsky. Good hustle, Judah. Judah in traffic, loses control of the ball to Becker. And Gochi, one-on-one with Anderson. Gochi tries to go behind the back, can't do it. Backs out of that ill-fated position, lobs into Mutsius. Stolen by Chernovsky. Here's Maxwell the other direction with a head of steam. Floater, no good. Rebound comes down to Gochi. Christian Shepard again, guarded by Pacha. Brady Anderson for 3. Rolls in and out, no good. Rebound by Judah.
Kent Anderson's had a really nice game.
He's playing well. Anderson off of Mutsius' leg.
Just flow and pace. It's just they're playing much better.
They are.
I mean, they're losing by 50, but I mean they're seriously playing much better.
Morrison and Oyen check in for Chernovsky and Maxwell.
Rather proud of our coaches for.
Logan's grown as a coach because of
Oh
this.
yeah, totally. He had a lot of talent that first year. I think he's learned what to do with talent now.
Morrison, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound by Mutsius. That's 18 rebounds for Mutsius at 31 and 18 now. Nehemiah Becker, left baseline, into the paint, hands off to Mutsius under the basket, dribbles out. Anderson, top of the key, rotates to Becker, right wing 3, no good. Rebound comes down to hustling Anderson. So Brady Anderson, Kent Anderson. Brady Anderson recovered the rebound. Kent Anderson tipped it out of bounds. Anderson on Anderson violence.
Tomorrow we'll do this again, 12 and 2. It's a special day, though, in the Student Life Center on the campus of the Free Lutheran Bible College, as we will be observing a memorial for FLBC alum Dennis Strand. A number of his family members will be in town. We'll have no shortage of interviewees tomorrow.
Should probably line those up ahead of time.
One could.
Yes.
I will probably I'll probably do that tonight. I have some text messages I can
right.
send.
Gochi misses the 3 out of bounds. FLBC ball, 3:27 to go on the running clock because of the deficit. Weston Jensen to bring the ball up the court for FLBC. Kent Anderson into the paint, jump stop, nothing there, kicks out to Pacha. Pacha drives right baseline, kicks back out to Anderson. 2-man game going on. Now rotating to Morrison, into the paint to Pacha. Pacha from the paint, no good. Rebounded by Mutsius.
He wanted that one.
He did. The whole crowd wanted that one.
Yes.
This crowd on both sides willing both Pacha and Brady Anderson to score.
Yes. True story. Brady Anderson has 2 points.
He did. He had a finger roll down here in the first
2
half.
rebounds, 1 assist.
Kent Anderson, top of the key, gets it to Mateo. Mateo, reverse pivot. Forgot his pivot foot, but he did reverse pivot.
And then he double dribbled.
It was more like a do-si-do.
Is that what it was?
I think so. Christian Shepard bringing the ball up the court. I'd tell you where he's from, but it doesn't say.
I wish we had that. It adds depth to the broadcast.
Brady Anderson from way downtown hits it. Anderson, baseline flash for Weston Jensen, reverse under the hoop, yes!
Attaboy.
Weston with the reverse.
Okay, so I'm looking at who's on Jordan's bench.
Yeah.
This is probably the best team he's had there.
Well, he's got Marcellus Meccarini, he's got the Wilson brothers.
They started at Oak Hills, right?
Yeah, they're from Bemidji.
Their
NIL.
dad played for Dan years ago when I was coaching.
Pacha
How
misses
can
a
I be
shot in
that
the
old?
paint. You're very old. You are very old. Like you're like Dr. Nefario level old.
I tried to go Mystery Science Theater 3000 on a document recently to send out to our board, and I realized I don't know quite how to do that technologically. And then I realized that our board would not know, except for maybe Nathan Gallagher.
Nathan would get MST3K.
He would do it.
Morrison long on the 3, ball out of bounds. Trinity gonna probably try to salt this clock away. We're under a minute to go, 90-34. Valiant effort by our guys. Every game they improve. Trinity looked like they were well on their way to 100, and they did not get there. The running clock helps with that a little bit, but this was an improved game for FLBC.
Their first half, they were on their way to 160.
Mutsias, maybe he can't throw down.
I think he was being graceful.
Yeah, probably just being a good sport. He very graceful 35 and 20. Yeah. Weston Jensen, Kent Anderson, short. Becker 4, 3, 2, 1, and that will be your final. Trinity 92-34 prevails against the FLBC Conquerors.
In the fastest basketball game in the history of basketball games.
What was that? What are we at? What time? 9:12?
9:12. There were 3 fouls in the second half.
Total.
35 and 20 for Mr. Mutsius.
Lachlan Mutsius.
Have yourself a game. 13 and 3 for Jacob King. 11 and 2 for Owen Pollard. 10 and 6 for Christian Shepard. That's a fantastic name, by the way. If he's not a pastor, he should be. Nehemiah Becker, 7 and 3. When your parents really want you to be a pastor, they call you Christian Shepard. And then, where's our team? There we are. 16 and 5 for Kent Anderson. Good to have you back. 6 points for Weston Jensen. 5 and 3 for Andrew Maxwell. Judah Chernowski, decent game. He only had 3 points, but he had 7 rebounds. Played a good floor game. Good to see these guys in action. See if anybody gets healed up for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see how the plague does. I just found out I have pink eye in my house.
You tell me this now.
I just found out about it now.
The the Jason Gooden Memorial press box is not
nice knowing y'all.
It's not a large space.
No,
we're sitting closer than either of us like.
Yes.
So the teams have prayed at half court, and they'll be doing this again tomorrow. Again, 12 and 2, Dennis Strand Memorial. Got some good guests, some good history as well of a longtime friend of FLBC athletics. Jason, I think we're going to hang up on this one.
Sign off. We'll see you guys tomorrow at noon.
Thank you. Lexi and Naomi Page are going with our girls to fly. And our guys are good too. Okay, I'm getting shocked every time I touch stuff from this.
Yeah, you gotta get.